So there seems to be some division amongst the fitness community on long length partials. And there's some new research that was done by Dr. Milo Wolf and Jeff Nippard on this topic. We're going to talk about that right now. Most of the research into lengthened partials that have been done so far are predominantly done on untrained individuals. So they want to see if trained individuals yield the same results. The study had participants training one arm with full range of motion while the other arm was trained with lengthened partials. Now, of course, this is only one study and it did present some challenges, like one, finding enough participants, especially in well-trained individuals. There's not as many people that are as open to changing up their routines. I know I wouldn't be, along with the potential of another known issue known as the cross-education effect. This is where a limb is trained and the opposite limb still experiences some benefits. A rather interesting phenomena. But they found enough people and they concluded that there was no statistical difference between the two groups. So what's going on with this? Aren't long length partials the next big thing that's supposed to help us achieve maximum hypertrophy? Well, let me break down my thoughts. Then I want to touch on what some of the other creators in the industry have been saying. So I try to make this make sense, and I'm going to use a scale here, 0 to 10, 10 being the maximum amount of hypertrophy my body could experience. Now, if I'm someone that's been training for, say, 5 years, I work out 5 days a week, I push relatively close to failure, my maximum amount of hypertrophy is going to be close to that 8, 9, or even 10. If I don't train close to failure, instead of being at a 9 or a 10, I might be at a 7 or an 8. If I'm not getting enough volume in, I might be at a 5 or a 6. And if I'm not using proper exercise selection, I might be even lower on this scale. The point of this being that these variables like frequency, volume, intensity, and exercise selection cover the vast majority of your gains that you'll experience. Our body has a natural maximum amount of muscle that it wants to hold. We could still get to that point without using these advanced methods like lengthened partials. And a good example is drop sets. Today I did an arm workout. I tried to fit this in between appointments and I was running out of time, so I used drop sets at the end of the workout to increase my total volume. Research shows that it can be just as effective as straight sets. So I used drop sets as a tool to hit the appropriate amount of volume within my workout time frame. I watched two other creators give their takes on lengthened partials. The first is Eugene Teo, and this is what he had to say.
Above all else, the most important thing is just work f***ing hard. Don't worry about all this stuff and just train hard and aim to progress each time. And that'll cover 95% of your gains.
I think that plays exactly into what I was just saying. As long as you meet the appropriate variables, you're going to have a successful workout, regardless of if you use partials. Now, Greg Doucette said this.
You should use long-range partials in addition to full range of motion training. Imagine, why compare one versus the other when you can have both?
And I like that take. And if you see in that video clip, he ends up exhausting himself through full reps and then using lengthened partials at the end of the set to push himself harder than he did before. I know that's his kind of catchphrase. Now, these advanced tips that I give you guys and others give you guys aren't necessarily needed to see success in the gym. They're tips that might help you get to your end goal a little bit faster, or maybe cut down on the time you spend in the gym, or maybe reduce junk volume. But you don't necessarily need these to see success. So at the end of the day, as long as you're lifting with appropriate exercise selection, close to failure, you're going to see success. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out this one over here. YouTube thinks this is best for you. And if you guys did enjoy this, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. We're always trying to grow this channel. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.